In today's video, I like to show you some common feng shui problems in a big city. The first example shows the shape of the building. It looks like a zigzag shape or looks like the house has been cut in a corner. In the feng shui tradition, the best feng shui should be a square shape without any missing corner. So this type of building is not the ideal shape. The qi or energy will be cut in that corner too. In this picture, you can see there is some overhang in front of the main entrance, and there are some rooms inside that overhang area. Because the space is empty below, so it means there's no support and the qi is not very stable there. This example shows a very narrow triangle shaped building. Again, it's not a square shape, so it's not the best building shape. And because it's so narrow and tall, it looks very unstable and it's not a good feng shui. And the triangular shape usually represents the fire energy and the fire element in the 5-element theory. This picture shows a very tall and isolated building, and it is not the best feng shui because you don't have support, appropriate support next to the building. Because of the isolation, it means the qi cannot generate or accumulate here. In this picture, the building in the center is also like triangular shape building and not a square one, and it's kind of isolated from other building, so it's not the best feng shui. And this picture is the same problem. It shows a building that's kind of isolated, very narrow and not a square, and it's in the middle of the road. It might be okay for some commercial use, but not good for residential building. The next common problem we see in the city is a building next to a highway or very fast traffic. The traffic is like water in feng shui, and when it's too strong, too straight, and too fast, the qi is too strong and it becomes a negative qi. And it will affect the apartment that's in the same level as the bridge the most. The next common problem we see is an old little building surrounded by very tall and new buildings. Look at the little old building in the center. You can imagine the qi is being weakened by all the new and tall buildings surrounding the little one. The next problem I see is the arch shape of the ceiling or the hallway. This type of architecture is very popular in temples because temples are related to yin energy, either the god or ghost. It's not appropriate for a yang house. If the arch is outside of the building, it has less negative effect than an indoor arch. They might look pretty, but from feng shui perspective, they are not very good feng shui. The next common feng shui problem we see in the city is a very long, narrow street lead to a building or facing part of the building. When the long, straight street is pointing to part of the building, that means the qi is directly hitting that part of the building. It might cause health problems or accident or lawsuit because the energy is like an arrow pointing to your window or door. This is another example of the long road pointing to part of the building. If we look closely, this building also has a triangular shape of the corner. It looks like the whole square building is being cut in a corner. So that one is not the best feng shui either. This is another example of the building with a cut corner. So it has that triangular shape again. This building also has a very strange shaped corner. It has a curved in shape in the corner, and the curve is the water element. So we can say this building has some water element. It doesn't always mean it's bad. You just need to make sure the person living there is compatible with the water element. This one is another example of a small old building next to a tall new building. And the qi of the small building is getting weaker compared to the new building, which is getting stronger. In the city, you can usually see water towers on top of the roof. If you can see some water towers from your window directly, it is bad feng shui because the water tower looks like a PO box, so it indicates some problem with health. Maybe you will need a medication. And if the location of the water tower is close to your window, it will affect you more. The next common problem is a street light. It can be like a arrow or some sharp object pointing at your window or door. The qi will be too sharp and strong, like the long street pointing to your door is negative to the space. Another common feng shui problem in the city is a driveway. Most of the driveway to the garage is pointing down like a downward stairs. If your door or window is directly facing this driveway, it is bad feng shui because it means the energy or the qi goes downward. So that's the common feng shui problems I see in the city. I hope you enjoy today's video and see you next week.